Hi, all of you. Good evening.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Are you getting my voice?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. So now we'll start our session, guys. So before going to start our session, I want to know some information from you guys. So I hope you all people completed about Python and Django framework. Is it right? So do you people knows about Python and Django framework? In the chat box, give reply. So today we are going to discussing here Django REST framework. Django REST framework concept, guys. Okay. So if we want to learn this Django REST framework, what are the prerequisites? What are the prerequisites? Means Python language. So Python language is must be required, and then Django framework related required. So we need to know about Python language knowledge and Django framework knowledge. So these two are the prerequisites to learn this Django REST framework. So Django REST framework is nothing but here REST API, guys. So Django REST framework also called as REST API. So in this session, we are going to learn about REST APIs, how to creating the REST APIs for our existing Django project. So using Python with the Django framework, we are developing the application. To that application, how we are designing the REST APIs. So that is we are going to learn here. So to learn this one, prerequisites are Python language and Django framework. So if not completing Django framework also no problem. So some minimum basic concepts you need to know about the Django framework. Remaining all things I will take care about this REST API related using the Django framework. At least, guys, in your Django framework, first 15 days session you need to be complete. 10 to 15 days session you need to be complete. Then you will get some knowledge about the Django framework, guys. Clear that? So first I'm talking about the prerequisites of REST API related. So then I will start main topic related to REST API, guys. So in this Django framework, first of all, to learn this Django framework, Python knowledge required, guys. So after that, you are learning the Django framework related. So to learn in this Django framework, how to creating projects, how to creating projects, guys. This point you need to know. And next, how to creating applications. So one project can contains a number of applications, guys. One project can contains number of applications. So one project at least required one application can contains a number of applications also. So how to creating project, how to creating applications, and then Django follows MVT architecture, guys. So simply Django MVT architecture related. So you people knows about this architecture where M means what? M means simply models, guys. Models. Using the models, what we are writing. So using the models, database logics, guys. So simply database logics we are writing. And next, V stands for views, guys. Views. So using the views, business logics, guys. Using the views, business logics we are developing. T stands for templates. T stands for templates, guys. Using the templates, presentation logics of our application, we can design, guys. Presentation logics of our application, we can design. So this is a MVT architecture related information. In Django REST API, what architecture we are following? So these all things I will take care slowly, just right. So whenever you are learning about the Django framework, you are getting this information, guys. So about this Django framework, when you are learning, so projects how creating, applications how creating, MVT architecture related you are getting, all the files how interacting. Okay, that concept you are getting, and later some commands. For example, make migrations command, and what is the use of migrate command? What is the use of create super user command? And what is the use of run server command? These are some basic commands. Along with these, so many other commands there. So more, lot of other commands also there, guys. Along with these commands, we have some other commands also. So you people will get that information. So regularly we are using these commands at least. So we need to know about guys. So for creating project, one command, for creating application, another command is there. So this all information you people require to know, sir. And along with these things, so simply URLs how creating, URLs how creating. So in the url.py, we are writing some URLs. So URLs how interacting to views, views how interacting to templates, like this all MVT architecture flow are required. And also settings.py file related settings you need to know. In this file, what settings we are doing regularly depending on the requirement. So you guys must be required to know. And then admin.py file is there. So in the admin.py file, what we are writing the logics, how we are writing the logics. So these all file combination required guys. So you need to know knowledge. In models.py, models code we are writing, views.py, business logic we are writing. In the templates folder, HTML related files code we are writing. In the url.py, URLs code we are writing. In the settings.py file, project related settings we can add. And in the admin.py file, our application related admin details we can load it guys. Admin information we can load it. So along with that, these all commands. Okay. So at least you guys required to know about these information. So in the initial days only guys, in the first 15 days of the Django only, you people are getting this one. And also Django with database communication, Django to MySQL, Django to MongoDB, like any one database knowledge required. Django to database communication. So if you know about these all basics, then in our Django REST framework also regularly we are going to use these concepts only, plus some additional concepts which are related to Django REST framework or else REST API related, we will discuss. So I will use these all concepts directly, and our REST API related topics I will explain guys. So this is not a batch for Django. This is a batch for REST API. This is a batch for REST API guys. Are you guys understanding what I'm telling? So first you
Yes,
are
sir.
learning Django and then you are learning REST API. So what is the difference between Django and REST API? These all things I'll take care. So I'm giving this information. You all people must be required to know about these basic terminologies, understanding. So anyone don't know about these things, please do first reading about these all things. So without learning basics of all this Django framework, basics of this Django framework, if you are joining directly for REST API, getting some difficulties, yes, you people may get some difficulty. So that's why first plan the Django framework and then plan the REST API. If you are not completing Django, also no problem. Parallel, you can learn REST API, but you need to start Django framework related first of all. After learning REST API, then I will start Django. Like, don't think first Django and then REST API. Yes. Okay, guys. So before going to start our subject related, first I want to introduce myself. So my name is Shankar, guys. So my name is Shankar. I have experience, 8+ years experience, guys. 8+ years experience I have. I'm developing applications, guys, using the Python technology. So my role is a Python web developer, guys. So from the past 8 years onwards, so I'm working as a web application developer. So mostly I worked on the Python technologies related, Python, Django, Django framework, and the UI technologies related. All combination I developed. Okay, now. So my initial days, I worked on .NET related. So I developed .NET related some basic thing, some years, and later I moved to this Python related. Clear? Okay. In our session, guys, in our session, so every day, 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. to so 10 p.m. guys, 1 hour session. And if you guys are interested, up to 10:30, we will continue. That is all depending on your interest. Okay, and depending on our concept also. So 1 hour session minimum required, and based on the people interest, I'll continue the up to 10:30. 1.5 hour session. Then with less time, within the less days, we can complete. So every day 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. time is required, and 40 working sessions required, guys. 40 days duration, simply duration of the course, 40 days. 40 days I'm planning, And the time every day, guys. Every day time class timing is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay. And in this batch, what you are getting in this batch, what you are getting. So every day material sharing to you guys. Material sharing to you. So whatever the concepts completing, the concept related material immediately I will say to you. So going to create one group for you guys, one WhatsApp group creating or else Google Classroom link creating. In that everyday posting, management will take your emails and your numbers and will create one group. And in that group, every day I will share material. So today one topic I'm completing, the topic related material immediately sharing. So before coming to the next session, you people must be download that material and you need to read that content, whatever I'm giving. And whatever the projects are coding related files, whatever I'm sharing, you need to do the practice, guys. So simply in Django, every day we are doing the projects, guys. So projects also sharing to you. Projects code, guys. Simply project coding also sharing to you. So by seeing my code, you need to do the practice. So then you will increase your capability, guys. Okay. So and everyday class also recording, guys. Every day our class also recording. Okay, doing recording, and these recorded videos also recorded. So video link, guys. Recorded video link you people are getting. Recorded video link sharing to you, so you can access that link and you can watch it. Understanding that? So 6 months, guys. 6 months accessibility there, guys. Recorded video link, 6 months accessibility there. So after these 6 months, so don't ask me. Within these 6 months, you need to learn these all things more clearly, and you need to crack the jobs. And everyday live code only we will do it, guys. In our class, live code only I will develop. So existing projects are opening, and this is for so and so, this is for so and so. Like that, I'm not going to be explaining. So in our class only, every day, myself, I will develop the code. Why we are developing these all things, I will take care. I will explain it. Clear that? So I have 8+ years of experience as a Python developer, guys, and my name is Shankar. So 45 days duration we are planning for this session, and every day 1 hour session is required, and material sharing, topic related, projects coding also sharing, guys, and recorded video links also sharing, and live code we are developing, and also interview based questions, guys. Interview based questions I will discuss, guys. Interview questions. So topic wise, guys, topic wise, I will share the questions after completing 2, 3 concepts, and those concepts related some questions I will share. Like that, multiple files I will share, and overall REST API related interview questions also I will share. So along with REST API and some Django questions, these all things I will share. So I created PDF files for these all things, guys. Typing related material. So I will share it, these all things. And also previously my old students, so written notes, guys. Previously I took some offline batches. So written concepts also, the written material also there. I will share those files also to you guys. Clear that? So this is information about the course. So now we'll start our session, guys. And end of the session, I'm ready to interact with you. So if you are having any queries, you can ask me. And in the class only, if you are getting some doubts related in the chat box, you can send request, guys. Okay, na? So Samya Singh, without knowing Python, do you know about the Django? The Django framework.
Yes, sir.
So you people knows about DJANGO, then you can learn. Okay, then you are belongs to Java. Okay, I'll give you that clarification. Guys, here APIs can developing by Java people, .NET people, Python people, all the people. So this batch is for only Python with the Django framework related. Okay, na? So the people who learn Python language and it's a framework called the Django framework, then those people can learn about this batch REST API. Okay. So Java side also API is there, guys. Java side also REST API is there, RESTful services. So those people using the Java related coding they are developing. .NET side also API is there. Those people using the .NET coding they are going to developing the APIs. So that's why this is not for you guys. Sorry to say that. Okay. So the people who belongs to Python with Django, then those people can learn this REST API. So with this Python and Django related coding, we are going to develop it. And Java people, so your Java faculties will teach about the REST API. You can join that batch, guys. Is that clear? So Spring Boot related, microservices related, like Java side there, you can plan those courses, guys. This is not for you. So must be required Python related concepts and Django related concepts, then can developing the APIs. Okay, I'll show you one diagram, then more easily you will understanding this one. So some ready-made diagrams, some opening, and later whenever starting our classes wise, concept wise, so depending on the concepts, I will draw the diagrams, I will explain it, guys. I will explain it. So please contact to the office team. You people will get updates about the Java. So I don't know about the Java batch timings, the new batches related. So you can contact the office team. You will get the updates. Yes, guys. See here, one diagram I opened. So here, this is our Django project related. So the people who knows Python with the Django framework, they are developing the Django project related, guys. So to the existing Django project only, REST APIs also we are developing. REST APIs. So who is developing REST APIs means REST API developers will developing the REST APIs. What is REST API? These all things slowly you will understanding. Just wait some time. So simply this is the existing project, guys, Django projecting. So forever Django project, forever Django project, guys. So we are developing the REST APIs for our Django project, developing the REST APIs. So simply using the Django application, okay, we can interact with the database and we can do the CRUD operation, creating, updating, reading, deleting, like kind of operations we can do, and we can get the response also back, guys. We can get the response also back. So when we are working with the Django project, so we are doing this one. So Django application we are developing from the browser, we are sending the request and we are getting the response, guys. Sending the request, getting the response. So using the Django, we are interacting to database and performing the CRUD operation. So this is we done. This was we done in Django framework. Now to the existing Django only APIs we are developing. So what is the API role, API behavior? It means, so taking the request in the form of JSON, sending the response in the form of JSON or in the form of XML also, guys. JSON or XML. I'll tell about that one. Wait some time. So request we are receiving in the form of JSON or XML, and response we are sending in the form of JSON or XML. That is our API developer's primary goal, guys. Primary responsibility. So for example, Java people there, guys, here, Java people. So Java people by writing the Java related coding here, so they will send one request. Their Java request they will send in the form of JSON they are sending. It means Java side also API developers there. Let's say API web service developers we are calling, or microservice developers like that. So these developers writing some logics, converting their Java code into JSON format. Converting their Java code into JSON format, some lines of logic they are writing. Now finally JSON type request is there. So now our REST API developer doing what means, so converting this JSON request in the form of Django format, guys. Taking the request which is available in the JSON format, this JSON request converting into REST API format, nothing but our Django format, guys. So now our Django will interact with the database and then getting data back, guys. And then this response, again converting into JSON. We have Django response, guys. this Django response converting into JSON response. That is our API developer role. In this batch, you are going to do that one. JSON request converting into our own language format and our own language type response converting into JSON format. Next, after converting into JSON format, guys, response. This response, by writing some lines of Java coding, Java developers will convert into Java format. And later, this that data we can use in this Java application. So like that, using the APIs, all application people will interact in the entire world. Guys. So Java application sending request in the form of JSON. Now Django application taking that request in the form of JSON and generating response in the form of JSON. Now this response Java receiving in the form of JSON. So always request sending in the form of JSON, response getting in the form of JSON, guys. Request sending in the form of JSON, response we are getting in the form of JSON, are also XML, JSON or XML. What is the difference between JSON or XML? Slowly you people will understand. Clear that? Yes. So whenever we are working with the Django framework, guys, whenever we are working with the Django framework, so this is the only we develop, guys. So this is the entire our project. In this project, I developed only Django related CRUD operations. For example, creating, updating, reading, deleting related, I developed Django CRUD operation related. So from the browser, whenever sending the request, we are getting the response. So using Django, we are interacting to database and performing the operation. Okay. So using the Django URLs, only from the browser, we can interact our application related database. So that is the main target. Next, to the existing Django project only, if we are developing the REST APIs, to the existing Django project only, if we are developing the REST APIs, now using these REST APIs, from the browser, people can interacting. From the other application, also people can send request, can get response. So this other application we can technically consider like consumer application. So, and the application which is providing the APIs to the other application is called provider app. And the application which is consuming the APIs of other application, then we can call them as consumer application, also called as the partner application, partner or consumer. So now here we are writing some lines of code. How we are writing? Slowly we will discuss. So now by using these lines, we are sending the request to the Django. Via the API, we are sending as using the REST APIs, we are sending the request and we are getting the response back. Along with response, some status codes also we are getting. What is the status code? What are the status code there? What are the useful, each status code related information we need to know based on the status code what we can do. So these all things in this consumer application, I will show you practically. Clear that? So somebody sending the request from this browser, guys, and they will get the response. So whenever sending the request here, guys, so using this consumer application, the same request redirecting to Django. Now Django sending that request to database, getting the response back. This response again getting back to the consumer. Like this, one application to another application communication, if we want to do, then REST APIs must be required for our existing Django project. So whenever you are learning Django course related, so only you are focusing on the Django development only, using Django technologies, using Django concepts, developing the APIs, that is only we are focusing. After running the Django project, from the browser, we are sending the URL, requested URL, and corresponding output we are getting, respective output we are getting. So, but the same Django URLs, if we are using from other application and sending the request, then getting problems. So using the Django URLs, one application to another application, communication not possible. Using the REST API URLs only, app to app communication possible. This point you need to understand. So slowly we will do development related. Clear that? These all communications later we will do it, guys. So next, So I'll give you some points related to REST API here. So what are the prerequisites to learn the Django REST framework, guys? So this one, REST API, nothing but here, Django REST framework. So here some basic points you need to know first of all. What are the prerequisites to learn Django REST framework? So prerequisites are Python language plus and Django framework, guys. Django framework. Even if you are not completing Django framework, no problem. But minimum basics you need to know. First 10 to 15 days knowledge minimum required. First 15 days knowledge required. Remember that. Okay. So next Django REST framework related we will discuss this. So here one question you are getting. Is Django framework and Django REST framework both same or different? Okay, both the same or different. So what is your answer? Is Django framework and Django REST framework different or same?
Different, sir.
Yes, both are different, not same, guys. Both are not same, different things, but almost looks like same. Okay. So Django framework is a different framework. Django REST framework is a different framework, guys. This Django REST framework is building on top of this Django framework. So simply the extension concept of the Django framework is nothing but Django REST framework. So for example, so this is my Django, guys. This is my Django. So in this Django, some concepts there. In this Django, some concepts. So for example, you people knows about the models related concepts, views related concepts, URLs related, and settings files related, okay, admins related, admins.py related. So and some commands like make migrations and migrate command and create a super user related command and run server, projects how creating, applications how creating. These all things you people are learning in this Django framework project. So along with these all concepts, some new concepts there, guys. Some new concepts there. So here, for example, some new methods related, some new classes related, and some new modules related. So REST API related methods, REST API related classes, REST API related modules we are going to learn in this Django REST framework. So this entire combination is nothing but Django REST framework, shortcut name DRF. Django REST framework, DRF stands for. So extension concept of Django framework is nothing but Django REST framework, guys. So the concepts which are available in the Django framework, those all concepts available in the Django REST framework also, plus Django REST framework having some extra modules, those modules providing extra classes, those classes having some methods also. So by using these all things, we are going to developing the REST APIs. We are going to be developing the REST APIs, guys. Using these concepts, we are going to be developing. So then what is the use of REST APIs? Simply, what is the use of Django REST framework? By using the Django REST framework, if we are developing the REST APIs for our existing Django project, then lot of benefits there, guys. Lot of benefits there. I'll give you all the benefits one by one. But if simply using the Django REST framework, if we are creating APIs to do CRUD operations, on our application related database. CRUD operations means creating, updating, reading, deleting data from the databases. So to do CRUD operations related operations with our application related database using the Django REST API, more easily we can do. And also while writing the coding, guys, so lot of less lines code we are writing. using Django REST framework. So the same concept using the pure Django also we can do. Using the pure Django framework also we can do. But to do this CRUD operation using pure Django, guys, so more than 100 lines, more than 100 lines code, if we are creating the same CRUD operation related using the REST APIs, guys, using the REST APIs, less than 10 lines code we can write, lesser than 10 lines code. Using the Django framework, more than 100 lines code if we are writing to performing the CRUD operation related logics, same requirement related using the REST API, less than 10 lines we can create. So we can do the CRUD operation using the REST APIs. So that much difference there using the Django and Django REST framework. So by using the Django REST framework, a lot of lines code we are reducing, guys. So it means a lot of burden reducing on the developers. So who is going to create these all 100 lines? As a developer, we are only going to create. So if we are using Django REST framework, as a developer, we are creating only less than 10 lines code. Remaining 90 lines of the code will do by this Django REST framework internally done instead of developers. So that is the one of the biggest advantage of Django REST framework. That's why nowadays in the industry, people are using the Django REST framework concepts for developing the APIs. So not only these Django REST framework concepts, we have some module in our Django framework only. Using that also, we can design the REST APIs. We can design the APIs using pure Django, but that time more burden is there on the developer, lot of time required to spend and more lines of code required to write. So like a lot of problems there, guys. But using the Django REST framework, we have all benefits only. So what are the benefits? These all things one by one, we will discuss. So major point I given, simply reducing lot of lines code. If we are reducing the lot of lines code means obviously burden reducing on the developer. And within the less time, we can write the code. Within the less time executing the lines of code, readability increasing, complexity decreasing. So finally, industry people focusing on what? By writing less lines of code within less time, they want to developing the best product, best APIs. So that is all achieving by Django REST framework. Clear that? So guys, please keep mute all your speakers. Deepak, keep mute your speaker. So noise will come, guys. Whenever you have the doubt in the chat box, you can send the request. And end of the session, I'm ready to interact with you. So if you are having any queries, you can let me know that time. Got it? Yes. So these all are one-word answer questions related. And why required this Django REST framework related? Some people getting doubt. So using Python and Django, can I get jobs like that? Some people thinking. So the people who are working and searching for jobs as a fresher. So and some people searching for jobs by putting experience also. So first of all, you people know some knowledge about these all things. So guys, 5 to 6 years back, very less people there, the people who are learning Python language related. So that time, if you are learning just the basic things of the Python, then immediately people given jobs. So in your resume, if you are adding Python, then immediately given jobs. But later onwards, so year by year completing, a lot of people are learning. A lot of people are learning Python language related. So that's why more competition there. A lot of people are attending for jobs, Python related. So a lot of competition there. That's why later industry people looking for Django developers for developing their web applications. So if 100 people learning Python, out of 150 people only learning Django. I mean, after learning Python, several courses people can learn. Data science related, artificial intelligence related, machine learning related, deep learning related, like several courses people can learn. So out of 100, some people learning this Django. For example, 50% of the people learning Django. So after that, the people who are learning this Django framework, those all people 100% required to know about this Django REST framework. So must be required to learn about this Django REST framework. But so many people, they don't know about this Django REST framework. They are not having good awareness of the Django REST framework. That's why by completing Python and Django framework, they are searching for jobs. They are searching for jobs. When they are attending the interviews, then some people getting questions related to Django REST framework. Why means nowadays Django framework also learning more people. So very few people are learning about Django REST framework. So that's why in your resume, if you are adding Django REST framework also, then your resume is getting more weightage. Your resume is getting more weightage. Weightage means a priority. So some people completing Python with Django, you also completing Python with Django plus Django REST framework. Then compared to others, your resume only getting priority. First interviews you are getting guys. So later you are attending. If you are showing something knowledge related to REST API, then first people giving priority to these API developers only. All Django framework developers guys maybe don't know about the REST API related, but all REST API developers must be knowing about the Django development. So that's why nowadays industry people are focusing on this Django REST framework development. So if you know about the REST API, nothing but you are also able to write the Django coding. You are also able to write the Django coding. So that's why industry people focusing on the API developers using Django REST framework. Is this clear? So in the real time, there's one project if we want to developing, one project if we want to developing, so these three things must be required. This is one complete project assumption. This is one complete project. So in this complete project, guys, so we need to know about Python language plus plus Django framework related and plus Django REST framework related. Django REST framework related guys. So now here, so many people learning about only this one guys. So many people learning about Python language and Django framework. So using the Python framework and Python language guys, not framework. Using Python language with Django framework, so you can develop 60 to 70% of the project guys. So for example, 70% assumption, 60 to 70% of the project you can develop using the Python language with the Django framework. So one project nothing but 100% required guys. So project nothing but 100% required knowledge. So Django project. So Django project 100% if you want to develop. So using only with the Python language and Django framework, not completing. 70% of the project you can complete. Then remaining 30% of the project pending there. So by using Django REST framework, remaining 30% of the project code we are developing. Then 70 plus 30, nothing but 100% completing. Clear that? So far, as a Django developer, you people knows about this development. Now, as a REST API developer, we are going to be focusing on this development. This 30% development we are focusing. This is just for one scenario, guys. Okay, not exactly 30%, not exactly 70%, this one like that. So, but not completing without REST API our project development. For every Django project, 100% we required to develop REST API coding also. Then only our project is completing fulfilling your project. So, and one point, who can learn REST APIs related? So here, 100 people guys, 100 students learning the Python language. 100 students learning the Python language assumption. Okay, now here 100 students learning this Python related coding guys. So after that, so some people can choose artificial intelligence, some people can choose data science related, Some people can choose web development related. Some people can choose machine learning related, and some more people can choose different other courses, guys, deep learning, robotics related, like that. We can choose it. Okay. So first one is artificial intelligence related and data science related, guys. Data science development related, and now here web development related, web apps. So web applications, if we want to develop, then Django framework. Django framework, we require to know it, guys. So for example, robotics related and machine learning related, like we can choose. So 100 people learning Python means here 5 courses there. Assumption, guys, 5 courses there. Each course completing, each course joined by 20 people. Assumption, 20 people. So data science 20 people, and also this Django framework 20 people, and robotics 20 people, and machine learning 20 people. Understanding? So 100 people learning Python. When it comes to the Django framework, guys, 20 people choose it. I mean, after Python, these all courses we can learn. So only some people choose this web development. So web development means using Django framework, we can do it. Next, guys, the people who are learning this Django framework, so those all people, 100% required to know about REST API. REST API, nothing but Django REST framework. Django REST framework. So all 100% people required to know. So nothing but these all 20 people must be required to know about the REST API. But so many people, they don't know about the awareness of the Django REST framework. That's why out of 20, so just 5 to 6 people only, okay, 5 or 6 people only learning about this REST API. So simply out of 100%, 20 to 30% of the people only learning about the REST API. So that's why a lot of vacancies are there for REST API development. Okay. So more priority there, guys, for REST API developers. In your resume, if you are adding REST API, so then a lot of interview calls you are getting. And if you know about some REST API related, something basics and some security related concepts, then almost you can crack your interviews more easily. More easily. Is this clear? The structure? So in industry also, guys, many faculties are there who are teaching related to Python. So that's why many students are learning about the Python. After the Python learning, as only some few faculties are teaching about the Django. So learning some people here. So after completing the Django, who are teaching REST API related, very less faculties there, guys. Who are teaching REST API related, very less faculties there. That took starting completely batch for REST API. So very less people, we can count on fingers also. We can count on fingers, guys. So very few people are teaching REST API related full batch. So some people will teach in this Django only, as a part of Django only about the REST API, 1 or 2 programs they are teaching. 1 or 2 programs they are teaching. So REST API purpose is this one, and we can add that REST API to Django like this. Like 1 or 2 programs they are explaining. But here 40 days, 40 working sessions. So we can discuss every day different topic. So completely I will take care about this REST API development. Clear? So many people, guys, are learning Python with Django and searching for job. They don't know after Django one REST API topic is there like that. Why means their faculty is also not introducing related to REST API. If they are introducing, if they are telling REST API also very important after learning Django, immediately students asking, sir, when you will start REST API, when you are going to teach REST API. So first of all, a lot of people, they don't know about the REST API. So that's why they are not giving some basic awareness of the REST API also. Just teaching Python with Django and sending to market. Clear, guys? What I'm telling? So in the chat box, be ready, guys. If you are giving reply in the chat box, yes or no like that, I will get complaint. So you people are following or not, I will get confirmation. So today's session, guys, all the overview only we will discuss, and next session onwards, so topic wise we will discuss. So today my intention is, so in this course what we are learning and how many days we are planning like that, and who can learn the REST API like that. This is my main intention, and some diagrams also I explain, guys. So today diagrams related only, and later these all diagrams practically we will do it, guys. So you can take it one thing here. Yes, this one. So here my Django project is there, guys. Here my Django project is there. Django. So from the browser, guys, this is a browser. This is a browser. From the browser, people can send the request, and this request using the Django interacting to database. And next, getting response back, guys. This response is sending to this browser. So when you are learning about the Django framework and when you are developing the CRUD operation related coding, so this is only you are doing. From the browser, we are sending the request, we are getting the response. So only the people who are using this browser, those people can interact with your database, your app related database. So to the existing Django project, if we are developing the REST APIs, guys, then by using these REST APIs or else via the REST API, so from the multiple applications, so people can interacting to our application related database. So like multiple applications there, guys. From these all applications, so via the APIs, via the REST APIs, so all the people interacting to our application related database and performing some actions. So sometimes from these applications, illegal activities also people will do. So some illegal requests also sent. For example, in my database, I have some data. So this person sending one request to delete all this data. Finally, myself, I'm losing all the data. So that's why these requests also we can validate. So who can send requests, so we cannot send the request, what can do, what cannot do, nothing but permissions, authentications we can provide to our APIs. So then we can observe who is sending particular request, okay, who is doing what kind of operation, like everything we can identify. So these all things related to security concepts. We will discuss more clearly security related. So almost a 1 week time we are discussing about the security, providing the security to our APIs. Got it? So guys, here lot of applications there. So assumption, here one browser is there. So using this browser, people sending request to this application. This application using our API interacting to database. Okay, and here one more browser is there. So some people sending request to this application via the API. They are also interacting to our application. It means like multiple browsers, guys. And every browser is nothing but client. From the multiple clients, by using the multiple applications, people can interact with our project related database via the REST API. If we are not developing the REST APIs to our project, then these all people unable to interact with our application related database. So here somebody is there, guys, another new application people there, they developed APIs. Then obviously these all people interacting to this new application. They are doing business with this new application. Obviously this application getting popularity, our application not getting popularity, guys. So if more people are interacting with our application, then our application is getting popularity. Obviously, we are getting profits also. For example, Facebook application, YouTube application, you can consider. So every day, lakhs of people are sending the requests. That's why they are getting the more profits, guys. More profits they are getting because of the crowd increasing. So that's why for your Django project can develop the APIs. That is your primary goal as a REST API developer. How we can develop the REST APIs? By using the Django REST framework concepts, we can develop REST APIs. So we have several variations for developing APIs. Using Django REST framework, more easily we can develop the APIs. So how we are developing, that is we will discuss our further sessions. Okay, guys. So all your doubts we will discuss at the end of the session. Yeah. So and here, these all diagrams later I'll do it. See here, this is the communication. So the client nothing but browser, our computer, guys. From the client we are sending the request, we are getting the response. The application which is sending the request and getting the response is called client application, and the application which is receiving the request, processing that request, generating the response and sending that response to client application is called server application. So client and server applications via the HTTP protocols interacting as HTTP protocols nothing but get to, post to, put to, delete. These methods called HTTP methods. HTTP methods. So along with these HTTP methods, we are sending the JSON request, guys. JSON information, JSON data we are sending what we want. That information is maintaining here. So about the JSON, we will discuss more clearly. This is one of the data type, guys. JSON data type. So JSON contains our JSON nothing but it looks like our Python dictionary. So Python dictionary data type, guys, curly brace with the key column value format there, with the key column value format. So JSON also having curly brace with the key column value format. In every language, guys, Python, Java, .NET, one data type concept must be available, which contains like key value format. So in our Python, we have dictionary. So this JSON also contains a key value format. So JSON how converting into dictionary, dictionary is how converting into JSON. These are all things practically we will develop. So always sending the request in the form of JSON, getting the response in the form of JSON. That is required by that is doing by client. So JSON response generating by server. These all are some basic diagrams. So later concepts wise we will discuss the diagrams wise. So and simply you can remember via the REST API. So here application there, here application there. So application is nothing but software, guys. Application 1 is one software, application 2 is another software. Okay. So one software with another software, if wants to communicate, then API is required, guys. If one application wants to communicate with another application, then APIs must be required. We required one interface. That interface is nothing but API, guys. That interface is nothing but API. Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. API stands for REST API. So REST having separate meaning. I don't want to discuss today. So tomorrow onwards we will discuss about that. So if we want to provide the communication between two applications, then we required one mediator. We required one interface. That interface is nothing but API, guys. Okay. So if it is a human being, guys, here one human being person there. So this human being person wants to interact with this application one. So then he required one browser, guys. He required one browser. So user sending the request to this browser, guys. Using the browser, they are sending the request. So now that request directly coming to this application and performing the required action. So finally, this response displaying on the browser, that is can see by the user and understanding. Okay. So if human being wants to interact with our application, we required a GUI presentation. We required what? GUI presentation, graphical user interface. So using pure Django, we can develop this GUI presentation, GUI concept. By clicking the GUI menus, human being person will interact with our application. But from one software to another software, if we want to make the communication, then API is required. So these APIs how we are designing. That is, we are going to learn in our Django REST framework batch, in our REST API batch. It is clear? In our class only, guys, in our class only. So we will develop these all things. See here, For our project, we are developing the Django URLs and REST API URLs. So at the time of learning Django, you are doing these things. Now you are also going to developing REST APIs. So finally, our project is completing. Using this project, we can interact to our application related database and can performing the operations what we want, and we'll get the response. So this request we are reading as in the form of JSON, and we are sending the response in the form of JSON. So always blindly remember, request in the form of JSON, response in the form of JSON. So that is only we are working in our Django REST framework. So now here different apps there is Java app, Django app, .NET app, like that, multiple applications there. So these people will send their request in the form of JSON. They will get the response in the form of JSON. So here Java related API developers there, those people will do this communication. And in our Django side, we have the REST API developers. Those people will do this communication. JSON to Django, Django to JSON. How converting? So these lines, this conversion related coding lines in our REST API, we are going to do this JSON into Django, Django into JSON format, converting how we are writing the logics. These logics we are going to learn in this Django REST framework. So in our coming days, practically, I will show you guys a pure Django project with URLs from the browser, how communicating, and to the existing project on the REST API, how we are developing, how we are integrating Django with the REST API, and later using these REST APIs from different applications, how we can send the request, how we are getting the response. I will show you. So these are the applications, and we have real-time tools like Postman tool. Postman, like one tool there is for testing the APIs related Postman. So by using the Postman tool, how we are sending the API request, how we are getting the response. So we will discuss. With the GUI presentation, I will explain. With the Postman testing, I will explain. With the command line, I will explain. With the Python, pure Python application also, I will explain. Python to our Django APIs. This is the REST API. From the Python, how we are using it, REST APIs. From the Django project, how we are using the REST APIs. From the Postman, how we can send the REST API request. From the command prompt, how we are sending the REST APIs. Like different variations, I will show you in our session. This clear? Yes. Remember, guys, up to this, for this day, just some diagrams only I explained. So later onwards, topic wise, we will discuss. Today, I said only one point mainly. REST APIs are using for app-to-app making communication purpose. One application to another application communication purpose, REST APIs are required. Using the Django REST framework, we are developing the REST APIs. Using the pure Django also we can develop, but using the pure Django, more lines of code required, lot of burden is there, more than 100 lines required to do the CRUD operation related APIs. But using the Django REST framework, less than 10 lines we can develop. So I'll show you one just a basic program in this. See, this is one Django CRUD operation project, guys. This is one Django CRUD operation project. So okay, I'll minimize this. So here, guys, CRUD operation related presentation I done using the function based logics. So in my database, I have these all records, and I accessed and displayed in the table format. And if I want to create by clicking this, I can create here new data. By sending the data, I can create guys. So here, like previously existing data, entered data displaying. If we want to controlling this, we can control without displaying here. So that is all in our hand there, guys. After sending data, that new record will come to here. For example, if you want, you can create. So I want to take some people names, guys, here. So for example, Amar, I will take here. Amar, I will take that. And student name is Amar. Marks, guys. So for example, 88 marks he got. Address, he belongs to Hyderabad. And mobile number, something blah, 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 I'm using. And then I'm going to click this create, guys. See, this data stored into the database, again getting back and displaying in the table. So CRUD operation related communication. For every action, again, I'm going to display table format data. If I want to update, then can click this update button. So with existing data loading guys. Hear that? So okay, I want to be update marks. He's not getting 88. He got 98. Okay, the topper. Now you can click update button. So in this record, student ID what 21. In this 21 related ID, this marks information updating again, getting in the tabular format, updating. Right? If we want to delete this record, click on this. Are you sure you want to delete this Amar object? No, I don't want delete that. Click the cancel button, again come into table. If you want to delete, you can click yes, delete. I want to delete that. So requested student record deleted successfully. So you can display like these messages, or else after deleting, you can redirect to table guys. So that is all in your hand. So I explained to my students like multiple variations. Okay. So after deleting where we want to go with all the destinations, we can specify using different variations. So this is a pure Django project to do the CRUD operation with the student object. In the student table, CRUD operations we can do. Now for the same project, REST API also I designed. This is my REST API. Okay. And this is my Django API guys. This is my Django URL. Django URL only from the browser we can send, and the REST API URLs from the browser we can send. In our Django REST framework, we have one feature, special feature called browsable API concept. This is only in our Django REST framework there. For Java people, .NET people, this is not there, guys. So we have a browsable API concept, guys. Browsable API concept. Because of that, from the browser, we can send the request. We are getting the response. See, all available records, guys. All available records displaying here. So here, which are the records there? These records now displaying here in the form of JSON. In the form of JSON there. So what is the allowed method? What is the content type? These all things later you people will get. And if I want to create a new record, see here, ready-made HTML presentation there. A ready-made HTML presentation is there. Using the Django REST framework, we are getting automatically. Just we can enter data what we want, and then we can click this post button, then automatically creating. So previously here for creating guys, for creating here some logics we created. HTML logics using CSS, HTML, we design like these forms. So no need to create using the REST API. So REST API is providing automatic presentation, default HTML presentation. Just we are entering data and submitting. So otherwise, you can click this raw data in the form of JSON, curly brace with the key column value, like also we can send. Okay. Now we have multiple records. For example, ID 1 belongs to whom? Surya. So I'm sending the ID 1 and send the request. From the browser, by default, can send the get request guys. So that's why if that object is available, 200, okay. These all status codes later I will take care. So Surya object is available, displayed. So, and if you want to update, you can update by changing the value. Surya, you can change to like Surya Kumar. Okay, like that. Otherwise, here HTML form you can click. So normal plain text data is there. You can update it. For example, 94. I want to change it to 97. And then you can click put button. Put is nothing but for update. So after updating, you are getting 97 marks. But if you want to delete, you can click on the delete. So sometimes unexpectedly we are clicking that delete button. That's why confirmation asking. Are you sure you want to delete? No, I don't want to delete. Coming back. I'm searching for one record which is ID belongs to 88. Student ID 88 not there. Then we are getting not found. You are searching for something, that something is not available. So these all things using the browser we can do testing, and later using the Postman tool, using the another applications how we are doing, I will take care guys. Okay, using these APIs. To the existing Django only we developed the APIs. So like this using the Postman, okay, Django code. This is Django code guys. See, to do the CRUD operation, these all lines of code required. 100 lines of code. But the same thing using the REST API, using the, okay, these lines we can do. Using these few lines we can do. See, here 3 lines, here 3 lines, 6 lines code. We can do that CRUD operation.
So one question, sir.
Yes, yes, wait, please.
Yeah.
Okay, this is about this course, guys, right now. So tomorrow also some more benefits, some more advantages I will explain you related to Django REST framework. Then later you can decide. So really you want to learn this REST API or not, really using the REST APIs, are you getting benefits or not, like that. Okay, so thank you for this day and we'll connect again tomorrow same time. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so I'll stop this recording and you can ask your queries.